So as the channel has been growing so rapidly, I figured that I would do kind of a different video than my typical one, and that's going to be a Q&A style video. I asked you guys in my community post to send a bunch of questions, Fortnite or gaming related or not, for me to answer in this video, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through some of my favorite questions that you guys asked me, and I'll answer them here today. Thanks to everybody who submitted a question for taking the time out of your day to do that, but with that being said, let's get right into it. Also, if I couldn't pick your question, don't take it personally. I just didn't want to make this video too long, so if you want a part 2 and I get some more questions, I'll be able to do that. So starting off here, at Marley's, sorry if I pronounce anybody's name wrong here, but at Marley's asks, what guns from old seasons would you like to see with attachments? Right off the top of my head, I think the infantry rifle with attachments would be unbelievable, and I think that gun could seriously benefit from some attachments. I also feel like some items from Chapter 4, maybe like the tactical pistol or the Thunder Pump shotgun, could be really awesome to see with attachments. I also really like the MK7. It's one of my favorite weapons of all time, so I think the MK7 with, instead of a, one-time red dot sight, maybe the 2 or 3 time ACOG scope could be really sick to see. Next, at Mr. Pillow 8065 asks, thoughts on your community? And this is sort of a loaded question, and I could go on and on about this question, but honestly, I cannot thank every single person who watches my videos enough. I grew up watching YouTube videos all day, every day, and I still watch YouTube videos all the time in my free time, and I always would check my notification box and wait for my favorite YouTubers to upload. And so to think that I am that person for some people is really special to me, and it means a lot. Of course, over the last week, the community here has gone absolutely crazy with my videos, and you guys comment all the time. I love interacting with my comment section. It's one of my favorite things to do. I normally take an hour out of every day and scroll through every single comment, and I genuinely do read all of them. You guys are the people who allow me to do what I love to do, and that's just make YouTube videos and make content for people. I just sit here and blab about Fortnite all day. And I can't really, again, thank the people that watch these videos enough. And I'll get more into this in my 10K subscriber special, hint. But I really do believe that this is just the start of this community, and I'm so thankful for everybody that's here now and everybody that will be here in the future. Next, at Kinda Educated asks, opinions on Chapter 5 as a whole right now. Of course, this is kind of tough to answer as we've only had 3 seasons, and my opinions could change later on when better or worse seasons get added to Chapter 5. But in my opinion, Chapter 5 has felt just a little bit lackluster. While I am a sniper and I love using the Reaper Sniper, Chapter 5 Season 1 was just entirely plagued by the Reaper Sniper. I mean, you couldn't even use an AR. If you peeked, you were just going to get your head ripped off. It was snipers everywhere. And Chapter 5 Season 2, I felt like had a really good launch, but kind of lost momentum and slowed down towards the end of the season. And I still do have mixed opinions about Chapter 5 Season 3. Of course, the launch of this season was just insane. I know half of my community loved it and half of my community hated it. I just was not a fan of the overpowered cars, so I'm glad they tuned that and added some items like the Boogie Bomb that were absolutely necessary for this season. Now, of course, I would still like to see the Anvil launcher, but that's a video for a different day. If you compare the first 3 seasons of Chapter 5 to the first 3 seasons of all the other chapters, I think you can kind of see that Chapter 5 kind of sticks out as the worst in my opinion. I mean, I think Chapter 1, Season 1 through 3 was better. Chapter 2, of course, with Chapter 2 Season 2, that just makes up for all of it. Chapter 3, I believe Chapter 3 Season 1 was one of the best seasons of all time. Chapter 4, of course, Chapter 4 Season 1 and 2, minus Chapter 4 Season 3, I really do not like Wilds, but Chapter 5 Season 3 just kind of falls behind in my opinion. So I'm really hoping for some better seasons to come forward. Of course, Chapter 5 has had a lot of really good additions, Fortnite Festival, Lego Fortnite, all of that sort of stuff, which is great for the game as a whole, but I would like to see a little more Fortnite storyline and live events, that type of stuff going forward in Chapter 5. Next, at Shadow Assassin FN asks, if you can go back to any chapter of Fortnite, which one you would go to? And this is a great question. For me, it's really either between Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. I don't know that I could pick a specific one because I just have so many great memories from both, and of course, it is nostalgia talking a little bit, but Chapter 1 of Fortnite in its entirety is some of my most favorite times playing video games in my entire life. Not just Fortnite, but video games as a whole. total. I don't know that I've ever had more fun playing a video game than playing Chapter 1 of Fortnite. But Chapter 2 was arguably just as good of a sequel as we could have possibly gotten. I mean, again, I personally think Chapter 2 Season 2 was really fun. Of course, that was during a time of 2020 when everybody was playing video games, so I had all my friends, even kids I wasn't friends with, I was still playing video games with. And that stretch of Chapter 2 Season 2 to Chapter 2 Season 4 was really, really good, and arguably the best 3-season stretch I think we've ever seen. What I will say is I think the back end of Chapter 1 was a lot better than the back end of Chapter 2. Minus Chapter 2 Season 7, of course. Chapter 2 Season 6 and Chapter 2 Season 8 are some of my least played seasons of all time, while I do think I had a better time playing Seasons 8 through 10 of Chapter 1. So I think I'm leaning towards Chapter 1, but again, Chapter 2 was a close second. Another really good question here from @InsaneTrickShots12345 asks, what's your least favorite thing about making daily content? And I honestly never really planned on making daily content. I just kind of make videos, and I just have so many ideas. I literally have a notes app in my phone with over 200 video ideas. And as long as the views keep coming in, I will continue to make these great videos that you guys seem to really enjoy. But I will say my least favorite thing, and again, I don't plan on making daily content all the time. I try and get at least 4 to 5 videos a week if I can. But I will say my least favorite thing is just the kind of constant worry that the videos aren't as high quality, or sometimes I record late at night, so sometimes that I sound tired because I just have a long day. Of course, some people may not know this, but I do work all day during the day, and I'm also a college student as well, but of course I'm on summer break. So sometimes I do worry that the videos may not come out as high quality as I want them to because I'm just so tired during the day, but I really enjoy making the video, so that kind of pushes me through. Of course, if I was only making, 1 to 2 videos a week, that wouldn't be my concern because I would have, the whole week essentially to work on one video. But again, as long as you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out and you guys feel like it is the quality that you expect, then I will continue to push it out. Next, from @BrianMB9994, he asks, what is your favorite game of all time? That is a great question, and I'm going to go away from Fortnite just for the sake of it. Now, Fortnite is one of my favorite games of all time, but personally, my favorite video game of all time is either Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii or Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I know, kind of a stark difference there, but I grew up in the era of the Wii. The Wii was like the main console, that and like the 3DS. I still have my Wii and I still have Super Mario Galaxy, and I will oftentimes just play Super Mario Galaxy for hours. I've already 100% of the game multiple times. I love it so much. I really do hold that game near and dear to my heart. I also can say the same thing for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, in my opinion, is my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. If you guys don't know, I do play Call of Duty a ton. I've always actually thought about making a Call of Duty channel as well as my Fortnite channel, but I've been playing COD for over 10 years now, to be honest with you. And BO2 just sticks out as my favorite. The multiplayer was unbelievable. The campaign is unreal. Of course, we're seeing kind of a continuation, almost like the results of that campaign are affecting Black Ops 6, which is coming out, which is going to be great. And the zombies, I still play every day to this day. Even though Transit kind of sucks, I still enjoy playing it with my friends all the time. Next, from @AbuBantu, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asks, what is your favorite Fortnite item of all time? My favorite Fortnite weapon of all time is the heavy sniper, and I know it has taken a big time hit and a big time nerf, but on its launch, I just fell in love with this gun. I love sniping, and so I would say either the Hunter Bolt Sniper or the Heavy Sniper. My original favorite gun of all time will always be the Heavy Sniper. But since you specifically asked item instead of weapon, I'm going to go with the Junk Rift. The Junk Rift is so fun, so good, and so unique, and we rarely see it come back, and it really was my favorite item when it dropped in Season X, I believe, and so yeah, I'll go for that for my favorite item of all time. Next, from @FrogsOSC asks, what was your favorite Fortnite event? And I assume referring to live events. Storyline related, I would go for the monster versus robot fight in Chapter 1 Season 9 or the device event from Chapter 2 Season 2. Of course, there are some really good ones, especially the rocket launch. I mean, one of the best of all time, of course, but if I had to pick kind of my two favorites, it would either be the device or the robot versus monster fight in Season 9. That is actually probably my favorite. The kind of hype and everyone waiting to see the monster for the first time in, 3 seasons was such a big deal, and they teased it over and over again. And I feel like, the whole storyline was sick, and the fact that, Singularity picked up the sword, which was in Neo tilted the whole time, and then the robot kills him and starts flossing on him after. I don't know. I thought the whole thing was perfectly executed and really well done. Not storyline related though, I would actually go with the Travis Scott concert from Chapter 2. This was honestly a revolutionary moment in not only gaming history, but really Fortnite history. I know you had the Marshmello concert, but this was just a step or two above. I've honestly watched this concert back like 10 times. I was at it like 3 times in game. It was such a sick concert to go to, and it was the first time we saw like a real big pop culture star like that in Fortnite, and so I never really expected that collab to happen at all. The skins that released with it were sick, and the hype building up to it was awesome, and of course, you got the first ever listen to a song of Travis Scott's, which was really, really cool. At your boy is Sussy8082, nice name. If you've played Save the World, then what is your opinion on it? I actually don't mind Save the World. I was one of the few people who back in the day actually had Save the World and played Save the World, and I honestly just played it for the free V-Bucks. If you've ever played Save the World, you know that there were multiple challenges, including daily challenges that would give you 50 V-Bucks each. So back in the day when I was younger and I couldn't afford to buy, the battle pass, I would just go into Save the World, play every day, and after a week I had enough to buy the battle pass. I feel like that's kind of a slept on reason to play Save the World, but that's what I did. I wasn't really too big into the gameplay or like the schematic system or crafting or any of that stuff, but it was pretty cool and pretty unique, and I did get some really cool cosmetics from Save the World, so I can't really complain. Again, I haven't played it in probably like a year or two, but it was really fun when I played it, and the storyline was kind of cool, so I can't really knock it at all. From @Interstellar615 asks, what type of music do I listen to, or what are my favorite artists? I will often put on some like rap music in the background while I edit, and that typically is by A Boogie. I'm a big A Boogie guy. I really enjoy his music, and I have for years. I also used to really enjoy listening to that music when I was like playing baseball and stuff. That was always kind of my hype music all through high school and college. So yeah, I will say kind of that like modern hip hop rap, I do enjoy that music, but I also will dabble in some country from time to time. As I mentioned, I played baseball for like 15 years, and that was always the music of choice from our coaches, so I can't complain about country either. Finally, @InsaneTrickShots12345 asks, can I do a face reveal? This is a question that I have been asked so many times, and it's kind of nuanced. I honestly never had a face cam because I didn't really think people cared. Like when I watch YouTube videos, I'm like watching the gameplay. I'm not really looking at the guy in the corner talking, right? And so it was just easier when I was starting out to, just turn on the mic and just start talking without having to worry about, looking at the camera and all that type of stuff. It has absolutely nothing to do with me being camera shy or anything. I'm actually a very exuberant person. I have no problem with standing in front of people or, talking in front of a camera, of course. With that being said, I feel like it just makes everything easier without a face cam. So, I mean, honestly, I would think probably maybe like 100K. If we can get this channel to 100K somehow, some way over the years, I would probably be more apt to do a face reveal at like a big moment like that, like 100K. I think that would be a sick video. And yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of the Q&A session. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. If you guys would like to see a part 2 to this video, submit some more questions to that thread and I'll take a look. And once I have a substantial amount, I will make a part 2 if that's what you guys will want. I hope you guys appreciated kind of getting to learn a little bit more about me besides just the Fortnite gaming aspect side of me. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.